Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a look at the Oracle Database Backup Cloud Service. We're going to look at how to install the Backup Cloud Service onto a database system and then how we can use it to take backups to customer-defined object storage buckets. Let's first take a look at using the Oracle Database Backup Cloud Service and at the documentation. From the documentation page for the Backup Cloud Service, we can see the installation process we need to follow to install the module onto our database server. This includes the prerequisites such as having a supported Oracle database version, having access to the Oracle technology network so we can download the module, having access to OCI so we can access object storage, and also ensuring our system has Java 1.7 or later installed. And we can check that using the Java -version option. We will need to download the module, which is a Java jar file, and once we've downloaded it, the documentation shows us the parameters needed to install and run the module for OCI. So we'll run the java -jar OCI install.jar, and then we pass in additional parameters such as the host, the private key file, the user OCI ID, and wallet directories, and these are all documented in the documentation. Not all of the parameters are required, some of them are optional. So we're going to go to the Oracle Technology Network and we're going to download the module. The module will contain an OCI installer and an OPC installer. We are going to look at installing the OCI installer. So the first thing we're going to do is install Java on our database server in OCI, or install a version of Java that supports the backup module. The current version of the cloud module uses JAXB, the Java architecture for XML binding. This was deprecated after Java 9, so we need to ensure that we run JDK below 1.9. So we'll install JDK 1.8 on the system, as we can see on the video. Once this is installed, we can use sudo alternatives to select the correct version of Java we want to use, and once we've selected 2 in this case, we can run a Java -version to ensure that the correct version of Java is picked up. Once this is done, we are ready to install the Backup Cloud module. Now we have the module downloaded, we can run the installation jar to install it. Here we can see the command line. We're calling Java, we're passing in the jar file, the OCI install.jar. Then we're going to pass in the endpoint for the object storage region that we want to store our backups in. Then we have our standard authentication policies for OCI, so the private key, the fingerprint of the key, the OCID of the user that has the API key, and the tenancy OCID. For more information on configuring API keys and OCI authentication, please see the documentation. We then pass in a wallet directory where the wallet will be held, a lib directory where we're going to store the libraries, the name of the bucket we have created in OCI, the object storage bucket that we want the backups to go to, and a location for where the config file for the module will be stored. We can see at the end it says download complete if everything has been successful. We can see the config has been created. And if we look at the config file that's been created, we can see it's passed in some information around where the wallet location is, the endpoint of object storage, the bucket that's going to be used, and so forth. So now we're in a position where we can actually create RMAN backups to that object storage bucket. So if we connect to RMAN, we need to configure RMAN to use that module. And we do that by configuring the channel device and pointing it to the library libopc.so, and then pointing in to the parameter file as can be seen in the video. We then configure the default device to be set to SBT tape. We configure backup optimizations to be off. We'll configure control file auto backup on. We're configuring the format for the device type. We will configure encryption for the database on. And now we're ready to take our backup, so we can issue our backup command. For the sake of time, we will speed the video up during the backup process. Now that the backup is complete, we need to verify that our backup has been saved in object storage. So we will use the console, the OCI console in this video to show this. So if we go to the main menu, select storage, and then buckets, we will select the bucket that we passed into the configuration file when we installed the module, which was bucket AMS. And if we go down, we can see the backup pieces that were created. This concludes the video. We hope you've enjoyed it and shown how easy it is to install the Oracle Cloud Backup module to enable you to use RMAN to back up to custom object storage buckets. Thank you for watching.